Hey everyone, welcome to the Digital Devils Podcast, your source for the most inconsistent video game podcast out there. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Cool, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Hunter and Fallen. It's been a while, but how's it going, my dudes?
I am the storm.
Alright, so today we're just going to be discussing our personal favorite games from this console generation. Since we're in the month of the PS5 and Xbox Series X releasing, we wanted this to be a celebration for some of our favorite games of the PS4 and Xbox One era. Alright, so before that, let's just get a few things out of the way. Obviously, between the three of us, I'm pretty sure we haven't played every single game this generation. So there may be a few games on here that, there may be a few games that we just missed. Simply because, money or time. So, and also there's a million games out there. So maybe there's a few that we just simply missed, even though it's a great game. And, like I said, this is our personal favorite, so it's all subjective, just like any list. We'll be doing our top 10, we'll just be going 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, and so on. So, yeah, you guys ready to talk about our favorite games for this generation?
Let's do it.
Ready.
Alright, so I'll start it off, I guess. So mine are in order, like my favorite games for the most part. So number 10, I'm going to start off with Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan for practically most of my life, and the third one finally came out this generation, and, while I did have problems with it, especially within the story, I still loved it, especially the emotional elements of the game. It really hit me. And it's just a fun game, I don't know how it would be for new casual players, but for me, as a hardcore Kingdom Hearts fan, it got me. It made the list. I was kind of, I wasn't sure about this number 10 list, but because of the emotional impact, I put Kingdom Hearts 3 for my number 10.
It should be your number one. Everyone is Xehanort. Spoiler for the entire franchise.
Alright, go ahead. Fallen, what's your number 10?
I guess, mine's in no particular order, but if I had to throw one into number 10, it's going to be Dead by Daylight. So, Dead by Daylight, when it first came out, I loved that shit. It was a great time, fun to play with friends, but few updates, a lot of things that are buggy, and even now, there's still a lot of fucking balancing issues with the game, but if you're just playing with your friends, it's a great time. I really recommend it. After all, who wouldn't love to kill their friends in a non-psycho way, but also in a psycho way?
Yeah, sure.
True.
And, Hunter, what's your number 10?
Mirror's Edge Catalyst is my number.
Alright, so I actually haven't played both of your guys' games. I've not played Dead by Daylight or Mirror's Edge, but Mirror's Edge is something I do want to eventually check out if I can. But, alright.
Dude, I literally have it on PS3 and I have it on PC. You want me to send you a Steam copy? I will.
Alright, so let's get into our number 9. So for me, it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a sucker for ancient Greece, anything related to ancient Greece. So when you tell me you have the AC franchise set in ancient Greece, I'm there, dude. I eat that shit up. So I loved it. I'm a new fan of the AC franchise. I just got into it with Assassin's Creed Origins, and which I also love.
Well,
And
we have a lot to talk about.
I know. There's a lot I've missed, but I just got into Assassin's Creed this generation, and hey, I'm now a fan. I want to get Valhalla as well. This got me, and yeah, like I said, it's the ancient Greece elements. It all perfectly blended together for me. So the only thing that I didn't love was the English in the game. It just felt unnatural sometimes, their dialogue. But
They shouldn't have spoken it.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like they're speaking in modern times with some of the words they said, but whatever. It's a video game after all, so yeah, that's my number 9. Go ahead, Fallen, what's your next game?
Next game, I'm gonna go with Call of Duty World War II.
Oof.
So after the disappointment that was Black Ops 4 and the kind of lackluster Black Ops 3, I wasn't sure if I was even gonna get fucking World War II. I know it came out before Black Ops 4, but a lot of the Black Ops games have really been letting me down. But with World War II, it was what I needed. It was back to boots on the ground, shooting a motherfucker in the face, and you don't have to worry about him using some technology bullshit to come back. It was just classic, fucking guns only. And throwing knives. If we could get a remaster of World at War. Game was my shit, not gonna lie. Zombies in World War II was also really good.
Yeah, and I actually really like World War II as well. World War II, yeah. So, go ahead, Hunter, your next game, number 9.
My number 9. This is gonna be weird to be back up. I'm gonna go ahead. Call of Duty. What was it? One where they went into space. Infinite Warfare.
All right, so 2 Call of Duty games at number 9. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a fan of the franchise as well. I don't have a COD game on here, but yeah, I do like World War II. I did not play Infinite Warfare, but anyways, all right, and we're gonna stick with first-person shooting games because my number 8 is Doom. So this is my first Doom game, and I didn't know what to expect because I'm not an FPS guy, but I absolutely fell in love with it. It's definitely up there as one of my favorite FPS games I've ever played. The thing I love most about Doom is that you have so many different weapons, and the game actually makes you play those different types of weapons. Like, there's other games where you can just stick to one weapon and you'll be good for most of the game, but with Doom, due to the different due to different enemies and environments, you probably have to change your weapons. Like, okay, I'll use this gun for this. I'll use this. So that's what I love most about it because I just played Final Fantasy 15 recently. I stuck to like one weapon for most of it, and I was fine. But with Doom, it made me change up my style, which I really appreciated. That's why I love Doom so much. So yeah, that's my number 8. Go ahead, Fallen.
So for me, The Sims 4. Now,
Whoa.
yeah, kind of odd, but honestly, I've always loved The Sims. It's always had a special place in my heart, and I haven't played one since The Sims 2, back on the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And so coming back to it, and honestly, there was just so much more that I wanted that I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have wailed a bit and just started buying a bunch of the add-ons and shit.
Damn.
And it was a lot of fun.
All right.
Even the crossovers with like Star Wars and shit.
I didn't even know they did those.
Yeah.
Wow. How far out of the loop I am.
All right, and Hunter, you're number 8.
I'm gonna put Trackmania Turbo on the list at 8.
All right. So let's get into number 7. Number 7, and for me, I know Hunter, you love this game as well. Not sure if this is on your list. Tekken 7. So,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. So once again, another franchise game that I've been playing for practically my entire life. While I do have problems with Tekken 7, I put so much time into this game, and
International net code.
and yeah, I mean, look, I think this is the strongest fighting game story we've had in a long, long time. I don't remember the last time I've been this impressed with a fighting game story.
I can go back a little further than you on that one, but okay.
But yeah, it just worked for me. I really thought the story was strong, and of course, it's classic Tekken gameplay, which I always love. And I also love the additional new characters. They were also really cool, so that's why Tekken 7 is in this list for me. Go ahead, Fallen.
Next up, I've got GTA 5.
Oh shit, okay.
Now, I know this one was released back on the PS3, and it released on PS4, and it's also releasing on the PS5.
But it didn't get its legs until the PS4 and Xbox era. Come on, we all know that.
I mean, come on. In the PS3, you could still do heists and shit. And I was there back during the Wild Wild West when motherfuckers were walking around with like $10 million bounties. So, you know, I know. Either way, that one, the story for me, it was a hit. I loved it. Not enough to like play it multiple times, but you know, I was satisfied when I went through it. And the online mode has just been endless fun with my friends. Even if like they were to stop doing updates right now, just the ability to make content from it has been a great help.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those few games that contains the tradition of the cinema beyond Halo, and that's what I appreciate about GTA 5.
Yeah, and I might be like the only guy that doesn't love that game, but it's just not for me. But anyways, go ahead, Hunter.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
All right. Yeah, Black Flag is like always on sale on PSN. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should finally get this. All right, so let's move on and go on to number 6. So this is like the only one on the list that might be a little odd, but okay, so I'm sticking with fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Okay.
Get out and die.
Okay, I know this isn't a beloved game, but this is my favorite fighting game of this generation. I said the story for Tekken is the strongest fighting game story. For me, Marvel vs. Capcom's fighting is the strongest, like in years for me. I've never had this much fun playing a fighting game in so long. And yes, the roster isn't great, especially because you have two huge, you have Marvel and Capcom, and they don't really. The roster could have been better, but still, I put so much hours into this. I think it's a very underrated game, just for the fighting alone. I think it's definitely worth checking out for anyone that's a fighting game fan. It's just so fun to play.
Alright.
Alright,
I
and
didn't play. I shit on you.
I mean, like, I know there was a lot of hate when it came out, but I don't think the hate is justified for the most part. And the online, the service does kind of suck, but when it works, it's so fun. Yeah, so I recommend Marvel vs. Capcom for any fighting game fan out there. Alright, so Fallen, go ahead.
Alright, for me, I bring to you, gentlemen, Dying Light. Easily one of my favorite zombie experiences that I've experienced. I've played a lot of zombie games, not anything, like VR, which I'm sure I would have loved too. But Dying Light, you could just have so much fun killing shit. And you could kick things off buildings, go parkouring around. Chases were tense whenever it came to nighttime. Just all around, one of my favorite experiences. Also great to play with friends.
Alright, and number 6 for Hunter.
Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Alright, that's cool.
Whatever.
Alright, so let's get down to our top 5. So, my number 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn. A brand new franchise. I love the world they've created. It's so unique. Like, machines in this, like... yeah, but I think there's so much you can do with this franchise, so... and also, plus the character, Aloy. Really strong character as well. I think she really connects with the audience. So, yeah, and I don't know if you guys have played it, but I do highly recommend this as well. Just a fantastic first entry into this new IP. Go ahead, Fallen.
All right. For me, I have Absolver. A game that not a lot of people have heard about, and the only reason that I picked it up is because it was free for PlayStation Plus. But it's an arena fighter where, you just go around learning kung fu moves, you fight NPCs, other players. You can either free roam, it's got an open world, it's got dungeons, and it's got PvP. All of which is just, it plays so amazingly, it's fun. Sure, there's connections issues at times, but overall, I love this fucking game. So I can say with certainty, this one, it stands above the others that I've listed.
All right, cool. And Hunter, number 5.
Number 5 for me is going to be Doom Eternal.
All right, cool. And let's get down to our number 4. So this one for me, this came out years ago now, but it still stands the test of time. Batman Arkham Knight. So to me, I think like Arkham Asylum and City are my favorite games on PS3, and they did not disappoint with Arkham Knight. I was, the story about who the Arkham Knight was the biggest selling point, I guess, for this game. And it worked for me. It worked. The reveal worked. Everything about this. The only thing is, like some of the side stuff was a little meh, but that's side stuff. The main story, the gameplay is classic Arkham style. So yeah, and also it's always great kicking ass as Batman, right? They also introduced the vehicle, and to me, it's like it's so smooth. Also, at that time, it was like the best looking game on this generation. It looks beautiful. So yeah, a great way to end this Arkham franchise. Well, yeah, and I do love how even though Joker is dead in this universe, they still found a way to bring him back in Arkham Knight, even if it's just an illusion or whatever. I wasn't sure where the story was going, so yeah, it got me. All right, Fallen, your number 4.
For my number 4, ironically, it's not named number 4. It's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Now, funny enough, this was actually my first Metal Gear Solid game. And everyone always says that the story is really confusing, but I've looked into it myself. I've started playing the other games, and honestly, I don't know how people get fucking confused. Sure, there's a lot of snakes, and like 3 different bosses, but only 2 operating at a time. But
you got Big Boss, you got
Yeah.
Boss, and then you've got what was the other boss?
I was gonna say the Phantom Boss. Big Boss.
Yeah, there. Okay.
There's 2 big bosses, but I mean, honestly, by the time that I played, I understood it, and I liked it. The gameplay is fun, capturing people, and there's even a multiplayer for it where it's either like a team deathmatch style shit, or so you set up bases, and you can actually break into other players' bases and steal resources from them.
All your base.
So yeah, that is my number 4.
The only Metal Gear game I've played so far is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which I liked. I don't know, just never got into Metal Gear Solid. But Hunter, you're number 4.
My number 4. I liked it. I really, really liked it. But I'm really scared to say I liked it. I thought Watch Dogs wasn't too bad.
Oh, Watch Dogs. Okay. Hey, that's a solid pick. You embrace that.
Yeah. I had to. I basically wanted to be Batman with a gun, and Watch Dogs let me. So.
Yeah, I like both games. I think the sequel is better, but Watch Dogs is still a solid game. I think you're still cutting out. I'm having trouble listening to you.
Can
All right,
you hear me now? That's better.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I was just saying that they took out the car racing to put in stupid Formula One e-kart style carts or whatever for racing. Those controls and handle like dog crap. And then they had the nerve to sell the car racing back to us. I was like, screw you guys, I'm not buying it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that was a surprising pick, but I think that's really good. I still think it's a really good game. So yeah, let's move on. Now we're getting to our top three. These are the three games that we love the most for this generation. Okay, so for me, my number three, Ninja Theory, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Now this is a short.
Don't spoil it.
I know, I won't spoil it. This is a shorter game, but it's also incredibly tough. Like, the puzzles in this, it took me a long time. It was frustrating, but in the fun way, if you know what I mean. And also, the psychological elements of this game were fantastic. The story is so strong, and also even the combat. Like, there isn't like all these abilities that you can do. It's pretty simple combat, but it works. It's effective. And the character Senua, I loved her story, her journey. It was pretty emotional. It was sad, and yeah, I'm so excited for the sequel as well because of what they built here with Hellblade. And also, there was a lot of towards the second half, there was like a lot of Devil May Cry elements, which got me. Obviously, like, there's this sequence in this game where she's like practically in hell, or what it looks like hell, and so it's a smaller game, but I do recommend it to everyone that's just into like the psychological weird melee games. So yeah, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice for me. Number three, Fallen.
For me, number three, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Honestly, okay, so I said Dying Light was my favorite zombies experience, and it is, but I got hit with a wave of nostalgia playing through Remake 2. In a way that didn't hit me for Remake 3. It was fun, and it's one of the few games that I have played through to get all the fucking endings.
Ooh.
Like, I played both sides, side A and side B for both Leon and Claire, so I went through that game 4 times. And then I was still playing the game for, like, the extra shit, like, the Ghost Survivors, the fucking 4th Survivor. Hell, I even played the Tofu Survivor. It's a good game. I really recommend it.
Okay.
All right, that's cool. And Hunter, your number three.
Persona 5, The Royal is my number 3. I didn't like the fact how they threw in the previous Persona protagonists in the game, or at least the most popular ones, which are from 3 and 4. They put them in the game and kind of made them underpowered as boss fights. I was like, they should have been much harder and more challenging than what they were. You can cheese through those and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, but Persona 5 and Persona 5 The Royal, yeah, they're pretty good. I'm going to make that my number 3. I played every other Persona game, in addition.
All right, cool. So let's get to number 2. I don't know how you guys will feel about my top 2. They're both PlayStation exclusives. So my number 2, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
No spoilers.
All right, no spoilers as well. Okay, so Uncharted is known for its like big action set pieces, and they delivered here. I mean, like every combat sequence in this game is thrilling. It's exhilarating. It's so fun, and Nathan Drake. He's a lovable protagonist, and also the characters around him. And also, this has to be the best and strongest Uncharted villain. So yeah, and also, as the title says, A Thief's End. The way they concluded Nathan Drake's story, I thought it was really well. It was also emotional. It got me, and there was also a few surprises in the story which I really, really liked. So yeah, Uncharted 4, Thief's End. Go ahead, Fallen, number 2.
Number 2 for me is a number 2. It is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. So, I actually, I was never big into Dark Souls until my number 1 came out, but we'll get to that. After that, I fell in love with the series. I'm like, all right, I'm going to start going through all of them. And Dark Souls 2 was one that it really stood out to me because it had so many options. Each build felt unique from the others, which it was in a way that the other games couldn't really capture. Not even my number 1. It's just, my number 1 holds a special place in my heart. But Dark Souls 2, fun as shit for the main game, and since it comes with all the DLC, there's just more things that you can do. I will say, though, prepare to die with it.
Yeah.
Or in IGN's case, Dark Souls 2, prepare to try.
True.
All right. Number 2 for Hunter.
My number 2 is kind of going to be a weird pick because it is the only race game that anyone's ever going to mention. The Burnout Paradise Remastered.
All right. So let's get to it. Our number 1, our favorite game of this generation. Now, like I said, this also might be a weird one for you guys because it's so high up. It's my number 1. But to me, the most fun I've had playing a game this generation is actually Infamous Second Son.
Ooh, that's an odd-ass pick, but okay.
I know. I love this game so much I completed it in one day. I don't know why. It's pretty. I mean, like,
the game is notoriously short.
Yeah, it's short. It's short, but still, I mean, completing it all in one day. And I know Delton Rowe has been in one game only, Infamous Second Son. To me, he's like one of the best video game characters ever. For me, he connects with me, and his story as well. And he's far, far superior than Cole, who is in the first 2 Infamous games. There's just a lot more.
Are you talking shit on my man Cole McGrath?
I'm sorry. Like, there's just so much more.
Cole was way more heroic. Even when Delson was trying to be heroic, Cole was still way more heroic. Because he was a traditional superhero.
Like, to me, Delson brought so much more life to this franchise. I like the first 2 Infamous, but Delson was like.
Well, of course.
I mean, like.
Delson is. What is it? Delson is the Watch Dogs 2 to Aiden in Watch Dogs 1.
All right, I will have no one trashing on my man Aiden Pierce either.
Well, we're not trashing. I'm not trashing on him. I'm just saying that that's what he is, and that's what the tone shift is like.
You know what? You're right. Because actually, fuck, I should put Watch Dogs on this list.
No, I did it for you.
Hell yeah, bro. My man.
And also, this came out early in the PS4's life cycle, so it, like the touchpad, all these new features of the PS4 was heavily, used in this game. And it was, at the time, it was like, oh, this is like so cool. And yeah, look, it's a pretty simple story, pretty simple game, like it's an open world. It's just fun, man. It's fun to play as Delson with all these powers, these different powers, instead of just Cole with like the electricity. So yeah, the different elements, the characters as well. To me, it's the most fun I've had playing a game on this generation. I've also replayed it like 3 or 4 times, the entire story. So yeah, that's my number 1 game of all time. I know it's odd, but that hit me, So go ahead, Fallen, your favorite game.
My number 1, the game that got me into the Souls series. It's got to be that game, Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. It's fucking fast-paced. There's abominations everywhere that are trying to eat the shit out of you. And honestly, what I wasn't expecting was tentacle motherfuckers from the Cthulhu mythos. Like that.
Yeah.
That shit was wild. And I loved the trick weapons and how each of them just... They had something special about them that was fun to play with. And
Okay.
the bosses, for me, at least for me, they were memorable, and especially in the DLC. Fighting, Lady Maria, the Orphan of Kos, all of them was a great time. I've played through the game to completion 4 times now, as well as helping my friends throughout the entirety of their games. I've finished the DLC twice because I didn't originally own it, and I wish I bought it sooner. Ironically enough, I got Bloodborne for free.
Yeah, no play 2 yet.
Yeah, Bloodborne.
So yeah, that's
like
number 1.
I've tried getting into it. I don't know why I can't, but look, everyone I know loves that game, so yeah, I get it.
Get good, Rob.
All right, so number 1 for you, Hunter, your favorite game.
I'm gonna put The Witcher 3 here.
I think that's a fair shake right there.
I'm gonna put The Witcher 3 here with the caveat that you're playing on death. I'm also gonna say this. It's like going from DMC5 and DMC5 combat-wise, telling me to play The Witcher. It was like one felt like I was cutting through butter with a hot knife, while The Witcher felt like I was cutting through a tree covered in maple syrup. It wasn't. I had to add the challenge of Death March to make the combat fun, because boy, was it going to be that way. It wasn't going to be that way otherwise. So yeah, I would have put Witcher 3 there, but be ready to commit yourself to a life.
All right, so that's our list. Do you guys have any honorable mentions or anything else you want to add or mention?
Honorable mention for me is Watch Dogs, because I fucking love that game, and it's one of the few protagonists in the story that, they go and get revenge on a motherfucker, and afterward they're not like, you know what, I realize now that wasn't fulfilling. He's like, nah, fuck that. This is the most alive I have ever felt. I'm glad I put that motherfucker in the ground. I'm gonna do it again.
He's in the second game, right?
Yeah, I know. But
he's in the third game, right?
I haven't played the third game. I hear the third game's bad.
The third game's really bad. It's really, really bad. But he has a playable character with his own campaign.
Fuck! Alright, now I have to buy it.
Yeah, now you have to buy it, because it's like, I'm not buying it till it goes on deep sale, but yeah.
I'm gonna sell my cat for this. Sorry, son. Look, I need more Aiden Pierce. He's a fucking Chad, bro. He's Batman with the gun, like you said.
Yeah, but the thing is, now he's even older and has a beard and shit, and I'm like, oh my god.
Absolute Chad. He's the Chad meme. That's it.
Are you saying?
I gotta go ask my friend.
Are you saying Aiden Pierce is better than Delson Rowe from Infamous?
Yes, the fucking Aiden Pierce could kick Delson Rowe's ass, and I will fucking stand by that statement.
Well, I mean, Delson has superpowers. I don't think that's fair.
Hey, fucking Batman beats people who have superpowers.
All right,
yeah,
so
to be honest, he could just wipe Delson's bank account. Delson be flat. So yeah, that's true. Delson can't afford the bus to go to the fight location. So yeah.
all right, so I do want to ask you guys just one game. Like, yeah, what about DMC5? No one has that on our list.
It's because I never fucking... I went through it once and I never played it again. It was a fun time, but
Well, reason why DMC5 is in my list, because I know DMC5 is incomplete, because it's coming out on the 19th with the PS5 on launch. So until I can get it in my hands with all the new systems and everything, DMC5 will be contender for game of the generation next go around or game of the year next go around. It's not worth it right now because it doesn't have all the new features, especially this is always the completed.
Alright, I'm actually with Fallen here. I did play it just once, the entire game. And yeah, I just don't have a desire to replay it over and over again. But still, a fun time while I was playing it.
I went back to it in the last couple of weeks. I'm playing through it because I want to learn to speedrun it. So, yeah, I'm playing back through it. So I'm going to do way more often now.
Alright, so yeah, let's just wrap this up. Let's just all go through our games once more. I'm gonna go first. From 10 to 1, Kingdom Hearts 3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Doom, Tekken 7, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Horizon Zero Dawn, Batman Arkham Knight, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and Infamous Second Son. That is my list.
Alright, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I literally just shut down my computer so I can't go through my list.
Alright, it's fine.
I'm gonna be real, I didn't have them in any order, but I was like, you know what, I like this game better than this game, I like this one better than this. And so I was deleting them so I didn't repeat any. So my list is literally just Bloodborne right now.
Alright, it's fine. Alright, let's wrap this
I
up.
didn't know we were running back through it. I would have kept my stuff up. I'm sorry.
Why wouldn't you tell us this?
Alright, my bad. So, yeah. Guys, any final thoughts?
I want to say there is a game I want to give honorable mention to. This racing game called Redout. It's a futuristic type of F-Zero racer or whatever, where the speeds are way faster than F-Zero could ever hope to be. Made by this little indie company called 34 Big Things. It's the most punishing racing game you will ever play in your life. I mean, it's the Dark Souls of racing games. Let's describe it that way.
I will give in a dishonorable mention to The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, man.
A game that mechanically it worked great, but the story fucking... Ellie is a little bitch and Aiden Pierce is a fucking Chad. The Virgin Ellie doesn't get revenge. A Chad Aiden Pierce kills all the motherfuckers. Oh my god, it's so fun to beat people with that shit. And just knock out motherfuckers left and right. You fucking max out your melee, so, you know, even if there's a dude with heavy armor, you go up and just beat the shit out of him.
Exactly.
So, anyone that's listening to this, just drop your list down. I'm sure there's a lot of games that we haven't mentioned that people love, like God of War, or, you know, you did mention Last of Us 2, but dishonorable mention, and yeah, there's a bunch of other games, Spider-Man, but, yeah.
I didn't put Spider-Man in. I didn't play Spider-Man. It didn't really do much more for me. Everybody wants to geek out over Spider-Man now. Like, I've been geeking out Spider-Man games since like the friggin' 90s. Get out of here.
I know, right? I mean, I'm with you. Like, the game is good. It's just, it's as good as other Spider-Man games. So, but
no. We all say no. There's always one outlier in this. Spider-Man 3 the movie. We don't talk about that game. Terrible.
Oh, I don't remember the game. I remember the movie. I don't remember the game.
Oh god, it was the worst PS3 game ever. We're not saying anything more.
Really wasn't that great, to be honest. It fucking Spider-Man 2, the game though.
Oh, perfect. And then you have to deliver the pizza.
Hell yeah, bro! That's what I play Spider-Man games for. I want to take pictures and deliver pizza. Fuck all this superhero nonsense.
Hey, exactly. No. Have delivering pizza and a superhero mission at the exact same time. If you jostle the pizza too much, Peter's fired, and you know it's on you, and the hostage dies as well.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
Have the hostage's life. Have the hostage's life bar tied to the pizza bar.
Like if you get fired, that hostage dies. There's no other choice.
I mean, hey, I don't know about you guys. I love the movie Spider-Man 3.
The movie. Oh God. Okay. All right. Yeah. This episode just got extended.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, hold up. No.
Yeah.
I think it's proven that your opinion is untrustworthy, bro. I'm gonna be real. I hate to do you like this, but fuck.
Spider-Man 3 had great parts and great moments, but don't sit there and tell me that low budget Venom was good.
I mean, anyways, let's move on.
He's not even about. You know you're wrong.
Let's
You
move.
fucking look. Whenever I hear that you like something that I like, I'm like, shit. I don't know if I'm right. I have to question my own taste because of you.
Anyways, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot of games that we missed, but this is our personal favorite list, and just comment below your favorite games of this generation. And plus, I do want to make another video, maybe for next week, of overrated or underrated games. So, yeah, there's still a lot to talk about. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I know we're like inconsistent, but I'm still thinking about a lot more content to do. So thank you so much. Just stay subscribed for more video game and maybe movie content as well. Thanks.
If you guys disagree with me, I'm coming for your fucking kneecaps.